Hi everyone, welcome to Strength and Stretch Yoga. I'm Caryn, and we have about 45 minutes together on the mat today. I hope that this sequence will help to illuminate the interplay between strength and stretch in your yoga postures, and I'll speak a little bit to the props that I'm suggesting you have on hand. The first of these might be a blanket. Next, a couple yoga blocks. I just have one, and we can make do with one, or even a stack of books would manage well. This next prop, probably the most essential of the three I've shown you. Some type of strap. Doesn't have to be a yoga strap. I'm using a sash from my bathrobe. You could use a belt or substitute a scarf. Set these props in reach near the top of your space, and we'll find seated. Nice tall C. You might be kneeling or cross-legged. Rest your hands to the lap, and as soon as possible, upright your torso. Soften your gaze. Eventually, the eyes may close. A couple open mouth exhales. A couple breaths in through the nose and out through the nose at a leisurely pace. No need to rush the breath. And either keep that ujjayi breath going through the nostrils or breathe in the way that feels most intuitive and suitable to you today. Let's join the palms together at the heart center and slightly bow the chin toward the fingertips. Spread the fingers wide. And the mantra I've found super helpful the last few days is done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. So I found myself hesitating on several occasions to take action because I worried that what I might do or say wasn't good enough or wasn't going to be as helpful as it might. And that pressure for perfection can be paralyzing. It's one thing to strive for excellence, but this impossible measure of perfection can really hold us back, I find. And so on your mat today, let some of that pressure go. And let's just move through these shapes together, doing the best we can. Exhale, anything stale. Ha. And upright your torso. Inhale, reach the arms wide and high. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Maybe return your gaze to the tips of the fingers. Let's lift again. Inhale, lengthen the waistline. Exhale, hands to heart. This time, interlace your fingers. Inhale, wrist stretch, palms up, arms as straight as possible. Exhale, lean to the right just a bit. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, sway toward the left, keeping the arm bones back in line with the ears. Continue side to side at the pace of your breath. Don't worry so much about how this might look. Feel it from the inside. Next time you lean up and over to the right, drop the bottom hand towards something, mat or a prop. Circle out your top wrist a couple times in each direction. Now drop your bottom ear to target a stretch in the left side neck. You can keep the left arm lifted or at a bind. Bend at your elbow, receive the back of your shirt, or reach your hand all the way toward your right waistline or hip crease. Breathe here. A few more moments in the bind. You might want to try chin toward the right armpit. If that's too much, skip it. Now let's unbind and bring the L shape of the left hand to the left upper thigh at the hip crease. Wedge the thumb and index finger down and rise out of your lateral stretch. Coming back to seated, make any adjustments to your posture before we move on to the second side. For those of us seated cross-legged, you might recross the shins the opposite way. Exhale here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Do it again. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands, heart, interlace the fingers. Inhale, take those interlaced hands upward, and exhale, lean toward the left, maybe going a little further. Second round. Inhale, center, re-lengthen the waistline, and exhale, switch. A few more side to side sways. Just keep moving. Next time you come over to the left, drop the bottom hand. Circle out your right hand, one direction followed by the other, and let your left ear drip down. You can stay or add on a bind. Reach your arm behind your back, bend the right elbow. Hold on to your shirt or whatever might be in reach, and either stay here or turn your chin toward the left shoulder or left armpit. Couple more breaths with the bind. Loosen your grasp. Bring the L shape of your right hand to your upper thigh, wedge down and ground. Out of your side body stretch, and we'll meet back centered to rest. Just a few moments here before we move along. Eyes open, tabletop, all fours. Rock to your hands and your knees. Hands shoulder distance, uncross the ankles, and bring your thighs perpendicular to the ground. Inhale, cow pose, slide the chin forward. Exhale, cat, start to tone the belly to create stretch through the back body. Inhale, open heart. Take your time, stretch out the movement and the breath. Exhale, round your lower back, middle back, upper back, and feel how engaging the abdominals helps to create more stretch in the back body. Continue on your own, moving no faster or slower than your breath. Let's meet in a neutral tabletop and step the right foot forward. You might have your block in reach here. Make an L shape with your right leg. Press down through the back shin. Tone the belly like a sit-up and guide your hands to your thigh. Raising your arms like mountain, let's inhale. And exhale, eagle arms. Swoop the left elbow under the right, wrapping at the wrists or laying your hands on your shoulders. Both are great options. Breathe here. My friends who want a little more back bending today, try peeling the elbows away from the navel, lift your head, and lean back a bit. As you exhale, elbows lower, and the spine follows a lot like cat pose here, but it might be subtle. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Squeeze the arms wherever you are. One more of each. Inhale. Together, exhale. Let's come back to neutral and release the bind. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, half splits. Lower your fingertips to something and straighten your forward leg a lot. Widen the toes, square the foot like you're pushing into a gas pedal. Press down through that forward heel and back shin. Hug the inner thighs, and we'll add on an IT band stretch. Left hand low, I'm using my block. As you inhale, reach the right arm up and find maximum wingspan here. Breath across the chest. The breath long and wide. For 3. Find a way to become lighter in your left hand. 2. And release the twist. Rebend your front knee. Step your right knee back, hands down. Tabletop, all fours. Couple breaths here, and we'll move to side left. With the knees below the hips, let's step the left foot forward. You should be able to see your toenails here before you come up. Shoulders over hips. Restack the hands the other way. And set your sights in front of you, one precise spot. If you're feeling really stable here, lift the arms up and high. Unhunch the shoulders and turn on the outer right seat. Inhale to the fingertips. Exhale, we've got our eagle arms, right elbow under the left. Maximum compression in the upper limbs, so awesome for boosting lymphatic movement, supporting immunity. To add on some spine here, inhale, elbows up, gaze back. Exhale, elbows lower, belly strong. Inhale lifts you up. Try to keep both hips and knees stable. Exhale, just isolate this movement from the waist up. One more of each. Meet back at center. Unbind. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, half split. Hands low. Straighten your forward leg. We grab a prop for the right finger pads and press down through your left heel, right shin. Inhale, simple twist toward the left. Breathe as normally as possible. And to support the stretch in your outer left thigh, can you activate the inner leg line? So I want you to think about strengthening the inner thigh here for 3. Maybe you gaze up toward the lifted arm. Final 2. And release. Hands low. Coming to our tabletop. Both knees down. And guide your knees a little wider. Rest in a child's pose. Either extending your arms forward or stacking the forearms as a pillow for the third eye. Couple more breaths in this resting shape. One you can come back to anytime in class, even if I'm cueing something different. We'll travel through tabletop and arrive downward facing dog. Grip with the finger pads actively. Raise your hips like the top point of a triangle. Separate your feet hip distance and begin to pedal out like you're walking along. Couple more breaths in your dog. Tone the upper arms in toward the face. Keep that upper arm engagement and anchored hands. Now walk forward top of the mat. If you'd like more stretch in the back of the legs, try walking heel to toe. Ragdoll pose. Reach for your elbows, sway your head yes, and shake the head no. Start to transfer weight forward to the ball mounds and the toes. Shift so far forward that the quads have to activate. That will help to support length in the back line of the thighs. We're about halfway in here. You might like to recross your arms the opposite way. Full surrender of the head and the hands follow. Exhale together. Inhale, halfway lift. Guide your hands up your legs and lengthen your torso away from the hips. Inhale, unhunch the shoulders. Exhale, fold forward sweetly and bow. Let's repeat. Inhale, halfway lift. Broaden across the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Try to keep the heels light, everyone. Inhale, halfway lift. One more time, fold forward like you're dripping down. Unlock the knees. Inhale, start to roll up towards standing. There's no need to rush. Arriving in standing position. Exhale completely. Fresh start. Inhale. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart, lengthen the low back. Inhale, mountain pose, reach wide and high. And this time on the exhale, circle your hands behind you to your sacrum, waist, or lower spine for support. Notice my knees are a little bent here. Inhale, standing camel. Trace a line with your gaze across the ceiling or the front wall. Find engagement in the musculature between the shoulder blades to help support a lift and opening across the chest. One more exhalation. Reset, come out of that back bend as you inhale. Exhale, bend your knees generously, hinge at the hips. We fold forward. Inhale, hands drip. Exhale, tuck and curl, tiny ball. If I cue something that feels too strenuous, skip it. I'm on my tippy toes, and if I'd like a little more support, I might grab a block, place it under the shins. Hug the inner thighs like you mean business. Feel for strength in the pelvic floor that helps to create a little more space between your hips and heels. This is awesome for building stamina and joint strength in the toes and the ankles. The knees are moving slightly forward, the belly's pulling back, and the tail and crown stretch in opposite directions. If you're good here, maybe hands to heart for 3. Proud posture 2. And exhale, release the hands. Inhale, straighten your 2 legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften your gaze one spot between the inner arches or thighs, and everybody exhale. Inhale, let's rise tippy toes. Exhale, hop or walk top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, just one of these. Exhale, bow beautifully. Mountain pose is the inhale, sweep upward. Exhale, hands to heart. Look for signs of inner vitality here. Maybe a stirring in the legs or the belly, inner vibration, heartbeat, pulse. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, circle the hands to the back for support. Standing camel, soften knees, open chest. Exhale, hinge, fold all the way down. Inhale, surrender the hands toward the mat. Exhale, tuck, curl, tiny little ball, our most compact shape yet. Reminder, you can always grab a block if you'd like more support under the shins. Feel for an upright torso even if you're not quite there yet, something I'm personally still working toward. That squeeze of the inner thighs helps to turn on the lower abdominals. Maybe hands to heart or arms like mountain for 3. Like you're holding an imaginary block between the palms too. And meet me in seated. And carefully come down to your sit bones. Locate your strap if you would. Grabbing a quick sip of my cream soda. You might like to do the same, or whatever you've got. Lean your torso back on a diagonal and exhale here. Lift your right foot and take the center of the strap around the ball mound or arch of your right foot. Straighten your leg to your degree without hunching the shoulders. Square your foot like pushing into a gas pedal. Tone your thigh muscles in toward the bone. If this is a little too much for the hip flexors, my suggestion is to lower the foot and slightly bend the knee. Another option is to see what happens when you lean the torso back a little further. For 3, straighten leg to your degree, unhunch the shoulders 2, and release. We're going to switch sides. The right heel stays. Lift the sole of your left foot up into the center of the strap. You're balancing on the tailbone and the sit bones. Try big toe a little more forward. Our tendency is to press the pinky edge forward. Lighten up your hand grip a little. Not so serious here, but a sense that the leg is lifting itself. For 3. Come to your boundary in the posture 2, and then release that. And just take a few moments to rest before we try both legs together. If you prefer to forego the strap, you can absolutely try without the strap. Otherwise, take the center of the strap over both feet, lean back, long spine on the diagonal. You're making a V shape through the body here in Navasana. Big toes forward, inner thighs hug for 3. And release. Toss your strap aside. Meet me on the back and cradle your head. Keep your knees bent, left foot down. Raise your right leg skyward, straight and strong. Relax the neck and lower your leg on an inhale. Exhale, lift your torso, lift your leg, twist to the right. Inhale, lower everything back down. And repeat. Exhale, you lift and twist. We've just got a few moments here. So focus on quality. It doesn't have to be perfect. Do your best to lift the right shoulder blade off the ground. Knowing that if that doesn't happen, it's not a problem, but we're just giving ourselves something to aim for. How about one more? We'll hold at the top toward the right. Extend 1 or 2 arms, depending on how your neck feels here, and pulse to the right at the top of your range of motion. Lift and lift. Gaze one spot, less distracted. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lie back, relax your neck, bend your right knee up toward your body. Extend your bottom leg fully, and exhale here. Inhale, widen your right knee toward your armpit. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your lifted knee across your body. Stack your hips more in line with the right shoulder. And your chest is squared to the ceiling here. Your gaze might follow the right arm. Allow the twist to happen, creating space and stretch in the side core that we just challenged with our twist sit-up. When you're ready to exit, belly sucks in. We'll meet back at center with feet on the ground and both knees bent. Support your head, look up instead of forward, and lift your left leg high. As you inhale, lower your leg, but not so far down that it aggravates your back. Exhale, lift your torso, lift your leg, twist left. Inhale, we lower, and continue at a reasonable pace. Not too slow, not too fast, just right for you. Be very encouraging to yourself. We've got 2 more reps and then a hold at the top of your range of motion. That's 1. Here's 2. Up to the top, extend 1 or both arms and pulse. Pulse. Try to keep the right hip down for 4. A little higher. Last 2 and 1. Rest. Bend your left knee. Relax the lower lip and jaw. Lengthen the right leg. Left knee to the chest. Inhale, left knee, left armpit. So we're going a little wider. Exhale, supine twist. Take your knee up and across your body. Stack your hips more in line with the left shoulder. And your gaze might follow that left arm, but it's not required. Deliver a couple easy breaths to the left side lung. And soften into the pull of gravity and feel your body weight. When you're ready to exit, strengthen through the low core. We'll meet back at center and hug 1, then both knees to the chest. Tiny little ball. Let's rock and roll for spinal massage. Gain enough momentum to plant the palms, cross the ankles, come to down dog. Little lift in the underarms without hunching your shoulders. From here, step your right foot forward and we'll find a narrow pyramid pose. Move your left foot up and slightly wider. Anchor both of your heels and perhaps locate a block or blocks for hand support. Inhale. Like halfway lift, move from tail to crown. Exhale, soften the right knee slightly and hinge forward
Tuck your third eye toward your right knee. Guide the right hip back and hug the inner thighs. We'll stay for a couple more breaths here. If you wanted, you could add on a twist as you inhale. And step into a forward fold on the exhale. Bring your big toes together. Get ready for our first chair, Utkatasana. Inhale. Seat low and strong. Arms up. If you have shoulder complaints, you might be here with the hands at the heart. We'll inhale together, proud chest. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. Sweep the arms toward the right. The gaze follows. Inhale, Utkatasana chair. Let this be a little awkward, not impossible. Exhale, look to the right, sweep the arms. One more of each. Inhale. Find your lowest point. Exhale and rise. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to try a really fun hybrid tree with eagle arms. Identify your left foot, widen the toes. Lift your right heel to the inner ankle, calf, or thigh. Vrikshasana legs. The hips are level. The belly is toned. For eagle arms, let's inhale, lift up. And exhale, guide the right elbow underneath the left elbow. For a little more upper back stretch, move your hands forward. Hug all the sunlight out between your arms. And give yourself a couple more breaths here, staying long from tail to crown. Slowest release, unbind right foot down. Inhale, look up, mountain. Let's swan dive forward on the exhale. Get one more tuck and curl, heels high, bend the knees. Actually, this is our second to last. You can stay here or join me in skater pose. Hands can be on props. I have really long arms, so I'm just gonna kind of graze the mat with my fingertips. And next, let's keep the right foot down. Stretch the left leg forward and activate the foot so it's square, just like in your boat pose. Upright the torso and recruit the pelvic floor muscles to feel a little more space between your heel and your hip. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Inhale, hands down, straighten your legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Identify your left foot. Step your left foot forward, coming into our narrow pyramid, so a little less space between the 2 feet. The right toes will be on a slight diagonal. Anchor the outside of your right foot, the big toe on the left. So left big toe, right pinky edge. You are most welcome to bring the floor closer to you. So you can always use a block here. Hug the inner thighs, level the hips, lengthen the spine as you breathe in, micro bend the left knee, and tuck chin toward chest, forehead toward that bent knee. Couple breaths. If you want it in the final moments, you might add on a simple twist to the left. We'll meet in a standing forward bend. Feet together. Get ready for our final Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, sit low, so come to that boundary where you left off the first time. Exhale, sweep your arms left. Inhale, center, arm bones back by the ears. Exhale, sweep left, gaze left. One more of each. Let's hold a few moments in the twist. The arms are moving away from the right hip. The right hip is pulling back away from the arms. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, firm the right foot. Lift your left heel to the inner ankle, calf, or thigh. Vrikshasana in your low body. Inhale, prepare for eagle. As you exhale, left elbow wraps under. Garudasana arms. If this is super easy today, consider closing your eyes. Sometimes when we feel pressured for perfection
we avoid challenging ourselves. Let's stay for a couple more breaths here. Engage the right inner thigh. And eventually release that, both feet on the ground equally. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive forward. One more tuck and curl. This is the last one today. Hips slightly off the heels, belly strong. An option for skater. Keep the left foot down and start to stretch your right leg forward. Hug the inner legs. Hug the inner legs. And commit to gazing at one spot without moving your eyes up, down, right, or left for 3. Shoulders low and level. Last 2. And release. Bring both feet to the mat. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Our last one of class today. Couple breaths on your own. Let's step or hop through seated. Locate your strap, yogis. And if you need some padding under the seat in order to sit upright, grab your blanket. Stand your feet in front of you. Pivot your torso back on a diagonal like you did in boat pose. Let's loop the center of the strap around the sole of the right foot. Now kick forward, coming to your straightest lifted leg. And breathe here. If you'd like to add on, you'll open twist to the right, releasing the right arm behind you. Feel that the leg is lifting itself. A little too much in the hip flexors. Don't lift as high, bend the knee as much as you need, or lean back. Maybe a combination of those cues. For 3. Sit a little taller, 2. And come back to center. Can you keep your leg lifted, but lose the strap? Breathe here, hands to heart. Feel your inner strength. One more inhale, lift the heel up, and lower slower than you'd like. All right, shake out that quad. Give it some love. Grab your strap. We'll switch sides. This time it's the left foot that lifts. Ground through the sit bones and the tail. Become your tallest self, leaning back on a diagonal. And square the foot. You can stay here or take your twist toward the left. Breathe gently so as not to disrupt your balance. Hug the inner thighs and stay for one more exhalation. Exit your twist, coming back to center, but keep your leg lifted. Lose the strap. We're done with it for 3. Raise your heel up. You got it. 2. And slow motion, lower all the way down. We're done with quad work. Meet me on the belly for a counter stretch. Sphinx pose. In Sphinx, you'll parallel your forearms. Notice my arms are in an L shape. Lengthen back through your toe tips and only engage the glutes as much as you need to help out your low back here. Shine the chest forward and either stay or bend your left knee and look over your right shoulder. Notice there's an engagement happening in your hamstring group that's helping to support space creation in the front of your left hip and thigh. Stay for one more exhale, look back, and release the head gently. Lower your left foot down, switch sides. Bend your right knee. Think about engaging those hamstrings along the back of your right thigh. Keep the front of the hips level and look over your left shoulder to your degree. The neck mobility might differ between the 2 sides. Stay for a couple more breaths, pressing down through the whole of the forearms for 3. Back to center 2, and lower your leg, lower your body. It might feel really good to get a little belly massage here on the ground. And we'll flip to the side onto the back. From here, Tickle the heels with your middle fingers. Feet are spaced hip width parallel with the long sides of the mat. Look up and try to keep the natural curve in your neck. As you inhale, bridge. Lift your hips, lower back, mid and upper. There will be weight in the shoulders, some in the neck. Try to keep your head quiet and still. Move both shins forward, firm down through the big toe mounds just as much as the pinky edges. And give yourself a couple more breaths here in bridge. When you're ready to descend, do so one backbone at a time. Bring your knees to your chest. Stay here or try a happy baby, Ananda Balasana. We'll arrive finally in a hug. Lift the head face. Gather your shins. Take up as little space as possible. Scrunch your face. Squeeze your legs. Everything pulling in. Last 3, 2, and relax. Final. Shavasana. Extend one and both legs wide. Let your arms flop, palms up. Sway your head a couple times from side to side. Allow your tongue to unstick from the top of your mouth. Close your eyes and relax the muscles around the eyes. Relax the muscles of vision themselves. Think nothing to look at. If you sense that you could make any adjustment, big or small, that would create a little more release or more comfort, make final adjustments now. Press pause on any planning, analyzing, or doing. Sense yourself in stillness and give yourself permission to rest. Some days that's easier than others, but it is a skill worth cultivating to arrive in a place of surrender and ease, regardless of what might be happening, regardless of circumstances or the daily events. Tune into the breath. We'll be here a few more moments, and I'll bring you out.
mouth exhales. Gradually wiggle the toes. Feel for movement in the feet, the ankles. Breathe awareness to the fingertips. Close and open the hands a couple times. Let's inhale, full body stretch. Maybe a sigh or a yawn. Take up a lot of space here. And gradually bring one and both knees towards your chest. Roll to your right side. Find fetal position. Rest your head on your bottom arm. In this original shape, you embody renewal. Recognition then that even when we don't perform perfectly or say exactly the right thing at the right time, we have chances to move forward, to do better next time. Part of the practice sometimes is letting go. Let's meet seated. Come on up. And join your palms in front of heart center. Upright your torso and exhale audibly. Inhale just as fully as your lungs allow. Exhale any residual tension. How about 2 more? Inhale. Easy exhale without force, without pushing. Inhale, thumbs to third eye, like a kiss. Exhale, we bow humbly. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining class today. I hope that you were able to remember and reconnect with your considerable inner strength, that you were able to create some stretch and some space for yourself. And I also hope that you'll continue to be very encouraging to yourself when you stumble or misspeak. Get right back up and keep going. It's been such a pleasure to share in your practice today. Look forward to hearing your feedback, requests. Until next time, yogis, take good care and stay healthy.